This week, the Foamposite goes all camo, we compared the 112s, and Penny takes a trip on the Memphis Express. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this is the Weekly Review.
My kick's on fire.
You on point, Jock? All the time, y'all. You on point, Jock? All the time, y'all. Now, while you may not necessarily recognize the song, I hope you do recognize the sneakers here, which is the Nike SB Blazer Low In Theory. The model features the same color blocking, red, black, and green, as the album cover to the album Low In Theory. The album's by hip-hop group A Tribe Called Quest, and those that date back to the 90s and early 2000s, you'll definitely know who I'm talking about. These are in very, very limited supply, so if you like these or if you're feeling a little bit of hip-hop nostalgia, you should definitely hit the link below because I'm pretty sure they are going to be gone pretty fast. Last week I showed you the Nike LeBron 8 112. Well, today I'm still going to show you the same sneaker, but this time we're going to compare it to the Nike LeBron 7 112. As you can see, the color blocking on each of the sneakers is almost identical pretty much, with the gray and the neon green. However, I'm going to go out on a limb here just a little bit and say that I think I like the color blocking on the 7 a little better than I like it on the 8. You guys let me know what you think. Do you like the 8 or the 7? I personally like the 7. And you know what? It may have a lot to do with the laces, but you guys let me know how you feel. Let's move on to number 3. Thanks to the folks over at SoulCollector.com, we get a look at the new Nike Zoom Rookie LWP in a Memphis Express colorway. Now, the model features an all-red upper with a translucent outsole and was created specifically for Penny in a charity game he played in called Raising Dollars for Scholars. At this point, there is no information about whether or not these shoes will release to retail. However, I can tell you that I am hoping that they do. It's hard to even say the words Air Max without picturing the Air Max 95 in your brain. Here we see the classic silhouette in a black tonal upper that uses a variety of materials including patent leather, nubuck, and canvas. Nike decided to use a bit of Iguana coloring on all the branding efforts. If you want to pick up a pair, you can grab a pair now at JD Sports in the UK. Coming in at number 1 today is Custom and Camo. That's right, it's the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Camo by Juan the Blogger. From what I can gather, the model is a cough drop version of the Foamposite 1, but the Foamposite has been updated with an all-over camo print, though the red outsole remains the same. Final touches include the words El Capi and Juan the Blogger on their respective heels. Again, that's the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Camo by Juan the Blogger. Let's move on to my personal picks. For my personal pick today, I'm going a little bit off the beaten path, but still in the same vein as the usual personal picks. And first up is the Nike Lunar Flow Hypergamer. As a basketball player, I'm always looking for something with both form and function, and these in the camo colorway definitely meet that need. Coming up next is the Converse x CLOT Chuck Taylor. As you already know, I am a fan of the Chuck Taylor. I actually have Chuck Taylors on right now, and I love what they're doing with the upper with the different materials that they're using for the textures. And finally, we have the Adidas Originals by Originals Jeremy Scott Streetball. These have a wide range of colors and material choices, and I definitely want to see somebody ball in these on the court, though if you do ball in these on the court, you should definitely have game, otherwise your shoe will outshine your game. With that said, let's move on to the question of the video. Question of the video time. This is my favorite part of the video because I get to really interact with you guys in a way. So last week I asked you guys to create an Air Jordan 2011 on Nike ID, since they had just released Nike ID last week, and you guys did it a lot. I was very surprised by the amount of responses that I got. I mean, you guys are awesome. I think we had over 150 actual responses from you guys, which is pretty incredible for you guys. So thank you ahead of time. Definitely thank you. Now, I will say as a side note, a lot of you guys sent me copies. Not each person sent me the same thing over and over, but each individual people kept sending me copies of, let me tell you, the Bread 11s, the Cool Gray 11s, the Bordeaux 7s, and the Concords. It definitely tells us which Air Jordan sneakers are hot or which colorways you guys like the most. So in order to pick people, because I didn't want to say, oh, these were the best or these were the worst or anything like that, so what I did is I lined up and numbered each individual picture that you guys sent, and I used random.org to pick out 4 people that I would show their design here on the video. So here are the 4 people that I picked. The first one was Patel Pond, which is P-A-T-E-L-P-W-N-D, with a Bordeaux style colorway that features a mostly gray base with blue, yellow, and Bordeaux as accents. I thought it was really unique how he used the gray on the majority of the upper, so definitely those were hot. The next one up is Krypton 83 was the next pick, and he or she did a Quai 54 inspired colorway. White sits as the base on the upper, and neon green is used as an accent on the outsole laces and stitching. Again, a very dope interpretation of the Quai 54. Now, next one is David, and David chose to go patriotic with his selection and made a pair which I would say were suitable for Superman. There's blue on the base with white serving as an accent on the stitching and sharing responsibilities with red on the outsole. Definitely a good look, you know, for those with a patriotic feel, or if you're just, you know, rocking blue one day. These have definitely worked for you. And last but not least, dedication to Michael's younger years at UNC, a colorway by Hamstar. The model reminds me of the sample colorways from All-Star Weekend. If you guys saw those where they were all white and they just had the tinted red or tinted blue outsole. This reminds me of the ones with tinted blue outsoles. And so this one has a white base with Carolina blue hits on the ankle and on the outsole. Again, thanks for everyone that sent in the colorway, and for those people that I chose, which are Patel Pond, Krypton 83, David, and Hamstar, I will be contacting you guys via email. I want to do something for you guys. I don't know what just yet, but I'll contact you just to get your information and send something out to you, because I just want to say thank you for taking the time to design those on Nike ID and sitting and emailing those to me. So definitely let you know that I really, really appreciate those. So I somehow spaced on the question of the video again, so I'm doing a little quick insert for the video. And the question for today was, if you worked for Jordan Brand, what would be the first thing that you would change? Again, if you worked for Jordan Brand, what would be the first thing that you would change? Let me know in the comments, and of course, as always, I'll talk about those comments next week. Well, that wraps up episode 30 of the Weekly Sneaker Review. If you haven't seen episode 29 yet, bam, it's right there, so make sure you check that out. If you haven't subscribed, then make sure you hit the subscribe button right up here, and that will let you know as soon as a new video is made available here on the Kicks on Fire YouTube channel. If Facebook and Twitter is your thing, then that information, as always, is down in the description. I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the Weekly Sneaker Review, and I will see you next week. Peace. Again, that's the Bumblebee Dunk High by Versatile Customs. This is the second week in a row when Air Randy has brought us an